Benoit St versus Dustin Poirier is off for UFC 299. Oh wait, guys, I'm getting word from Poirier's manager. Oh, okay, it's still on. Sorry, guys. I was almost disappointed in a Dustin there for a second, but I can't help but feel like Dustin was about to back out of that fight and then changed his mind, which is not a great sign of confidence. Hopefully that head kick by Justin Gaethje didn't take all the fight out of Dustin. But I personally think this is the perfect fight for him because, I mean, he just got KO'd by Gaethje. So it's smart for him to build himself back up versus someone with a lot of hype, but also ranked much lower than him. And so, guys, here's my early fight prediction and analysis of Poirier versus St. Denis. But first, Poirier recently announced that there was no contractual agreement before the fight was announced, and we couldn't come to terms. This was despite Dana White announcing the bout a few weeks ago, which makes zero sense. Why would there be no contractual agreement if the fight wasn't on already? I don't know how the UFC works, but it just seems kind of weird. However, apparently he jumped the gun, and he recently came out and said, "Sorry, folks, I jumped the gun. I couldn't get a hold of my manager for a few days." What kind of manager you can't get a hold of for a few days, man? I mean, come on. The fight's about to happen. What is going on here? I just spoke with him and Hunter. Misunderstanding on my part. Fight is on. See you on March 9th, Miami. Let's go, baby. Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Can't wait to see him back in action. Hopefully see him last more than one round because I love watching Dustin Poirier fight. But yeah, here is my fight prediction. He is going up against the God of War, Benoit St. Denis. I mean, this guy is dangerous. This guy is powerful. He is extremely aggressive and a really good wrestler. I mean, super aggressive. He's got to be like the most aggressive guy on the planet. Seriously. And he's got really, really heavy strikes. His boxing isn't the greatest, but he's got solid kicks, especially versus guys in orthodox. The only problem is he just telegraphs them, and he doesn't really have great combinations, leaves his chin up in the air, and he has yet to experience anything past the third round, or really anyone strong in the lightweight division, right? I mean, he beat Ismail Bafim, who also has a lot of hype, but not near as experienced as Dustin Poirier. Thiago Moises is okay for that division. Matt Frivola also not ranked highly as well. The best guy that he fought was Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos, but that was at 170. Dos Santos was definitely much bigger than him. He put up a decent fight, but he got his ass beat, right? And Dustin Poirier is going to be much better than Dos Santos on the feet, although Dos Santos is very, very, experienced as well. The problem I see here with Benoit St. Denis, if Dustin Poirier has really underrated wrestling, right? You guys, I mean, yeah, he did get beat up by Charles Oliveira. He got submitted. He did get submitted by Khabib, but those guys are on a whole nother level. Benoit is not on that level of wrestling or cardio. Now, when it came to everyone else, Dustin Poirier has actually done really, really well wrestling-wise. He's out-wrestled Chandler, McGregor, Dan Hooker, Max Holloway. And this is a really good fight for him because he does so well in the later rounds. I mean, how many times have we seen Dustin Poirier go 3, 4, 5 rounds with monsters and super aggressive guys just like St. Denis? I mean, Michael Chandler, right? Same thing. Michael Chandler is probably more powerful. Actually, Benoit seems like he's more powerful than Michael Chandler at this point. I feel like Michael Chandler has lost a little bit of his oomph. He's getting kind of older. He's not as, I feel like he's not as powerful or heavy-handed as he was in Bellator. Let's see here. But he did face Dan Hooker, who's extremely good. We all know how durable Dan Hooker is, how powerful he is, and how aggressive he is. Same with Max Holloway. Justin Gaethje, he fought Justin Gaethje in the past, and he beat him. He knocked him out in the 4th round, right? So the thing is that the calf kick is going to be there for Dustin Poirier because they're both going to be, a southpaw. And I believe Dustin's takedown defense and wrestling is going to be good enough to get up and kind of keep Benoit off him until Benoit starts to get tired. Plus, I think Dustin's punches landing on Benoit's head and his power is really going to slow down Benoit and make him tired. Just like the Lesky dos Santos fight, right? And Benoit's body and head kicks aren't going to be there like it has been with the orthodox fighters he's faced so far. And again, he leaves his chin wide open in the air. That is going to be trouble versus Dustin Diamond Poirier. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I think Benoit is a super, super tough dude. I mean, it's impressive how strong he is in those early rounds, especially fighting at 155. But, you know, this is going to be the first time that he's going to face anyone in the top 5, right? Or anyone in the top 10. I don't think he's ready to face someone like Dustin Poirier at this point. Dustin's fought the best in the division, and although he's lost versus Charles and Khabib, who are good wrestlers, like I said, he's out-wrestled most of the guys in the division. Okay, but Dustin's going to have a really tough fight early on. He's going to have to avoid the takedown. He's definitely going to have to avoid Benoit getting on his back, or else he can be in big trouble. Because we saw Dustin has not done well versus guys on his back. He really needs to practice that this time. Not saying he didn't practice it before, but he really needs to make sure, putting a lot of reps there. Okay. Now, when it comes to Benoit St. Denis wrestling, he's really good because even though guys get up that first time, it's hard for him to keep him down the first time. The second time they get up, he's so aggressive and he keeps pushing and getting guys up against the fence. And what makes him hard to stop is his relentlessness. That makes him a true wrestler. It's that second and third shot. And then when he's on top, he has great ground and pound and elbows. And even though he does get taken down because he gets tired from trying to be so aggressive and constantly go for takedowns and be in dogfights, what's impressed me is his ability to get up so quickly using his butterfly hooks and sit-up guard, which is perfect for MMA. So he has wrestling and BJJ that is really good for MMA. The only problem, again, guys, is his striking and inexperience for his high galloper fighters. So if this fight stays on the feet, I don't think Benoit has a chance. I think if this fight goes to the ground, I think Dustin has a pretty good chance to survive there. I would say 65% chance. So that's why I'm going to go with Dustin the Diamond Poirier at plus 110, and I expect to finish in the 3rd or 4th round. There is zero evidence that Benoit can go 3rd or 4th or 5th round versus top competition. We saw that with Dos Santos, who is the best guy he's fought, and that was not even that long ago, a few years ago. All right, you guys. So I think Dustin Poirier took this fight because he's confident that he's overall more experienced and more technical, and he can last enough to be able to beat Benoit. And I don't like this line of, give me 1 second here. The odds is plus 110. Benoit is a favorite. I just don't like it. Guys, the value is on Dustin Poirier, I'm telling you. That is where the value is at. Okay? So if you guys like this video, hit the like and subscribe button for UFC content, fight predictions, and news, and betting tips. Peace out, you guys. See you on the next one.